Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to discuss the Supabase. The Supabase is a pretty much alternative to the Firebase. I would not say a free alternative, but because it is paid obviously at a certain stage, and but it's a good alternative to the Firebase obviously. And we would like to do a CRUD operation on the Supabase, a simple Node.js CRUD operation that would show you how we can implement this into a Node.js. It can be implemented with different languages. There is a lot to go with this, and you can see there is written over 20 plus frameworks. So each and everything has been covered out in this one, but I would like to go with the Node.js in a very simple way how to do the CRUD operations. Okay, so first once you come into this Supabase, you log in with your GitHub account obviously, the GitHub account, and then you go to the dashboard. Once you dashboard, you have to create a new project. Before creating the new project, there might be some form filling out for the organization and everything, so I have created everything. Now you have to create a new project. Once you click a new project, you can create a new project. I have created a project called Sandbox. Once I click on this sandbox, I can see a lot of things happening here. So, and you can see the libraries are already populating out in the examples over here. So in the sandbox is the project, or you can as well as say the database. Here it calls the project. If you click on this connect, you can see there are a number of ways to connect. The ORMs that are accessible by the Supabase is Prisma and Dazzle actually. So there is a lot of things here actually, and you can see this stuff also. So now once you in this section exactly, on your left hand side you can navigate to the table editor where you can see all the tables that you have created. Exactly, I have created one table. Now that is a block table obviously, and the block table is created but the RLS is disabled for this. Now I will come to this one as well. Okay, so as you can see there are very simple block title, block description, block tags created at, and I have created this table. Now let us see first how the API is working with this. So I would like to fire up my this one, so yeah, and I want to create one first. So I'm creating one of the post, so I'll just submit. Okay, so I have not opened up this one. I'll start this one. Once I start it with localhost, go and I create. Once I created this, you can see there are a number of things happening. It gives me a return where the data has been created, that has been returned out. The date has been created and it has been put by the Supabase itself. The ID has been there. The error has been there, and I have separately pulled out that error. Obviously, in the production environment, we also check for the errors first. Then we can return the message to the front end part when I are creating the APIs. So once we create this, we can list this. And then listing, there are a couple of things I would like to follow out. One is all, one is selected, one is paginated. So there are three ways you can list all the data that are coming out, that has all the columns, and all everything is coming out over here. The selected is that the data is coming out, but the block table, block descriptions are only. Rest of the fields I have not populated out. Okay. And in the paginated way, you can just get the paginated data. Okay. Now I will come to the code as well on these three part. But before that, we'll go to for the single one. And and if I go to for single one, I have to change the value to 11. That is my current ID. So if you can see, it has been just pulled out over here. Okay. So you can also create the multiple one. So in the multiple, I have just statically put the values. This is not the value that is going on, and if you submit that, both of the data will be created. Multiple 1, multiple 2 has been created. And each and every time you create something or update something or select something, the error field has been populating out. This is the field that shows you the error exactly. Now in the update one, I would definitely update this one to update it, and if I pressed, it will definitely get updated for this. And if I go here and if I pull out and delete the 11, number 11, that will get deleted. No errors, nothing, but it is getting deleted. So this is the full CRUD operation, and I have written the full code. So I will come to the code now. Okay. Except this CRUD, I have already written something else. I would like to share with that as well. Okay. For now, the list part. Coming to the list API, you can see you can select the field. It's like SQL query here because it is using Dazzle ORM. So it is using the SQL queries on behind. So it's just populating the way it should be looking at. Supabase, form, block, and obviously I am using Node.js, but I am requiring it, not importing it, because in a certain stage you may require it in certain old project or in old setup. You need to upgrade, then you can use the required field as well. Okay. So in the selected field, you can see only I have selected not the star with the two of that. In the pagination one, you can give a range 0 to 9. So you can give a offset and a limit to these two things, and that would get paginated out here. Well, in the create is something in a different way here. Okay, so you have to first you have to form the table, insert, and then selecting the data. Actually, just inserting the data here, and it gives you the return. The return insert data return variable constant has a error object, so that can be populated out itself. So I have populated out there. Multiple, you just here just with a comma, the separated comma, you can use the multiple, just comma separated, and it's get multiple out. The query is same here also, the inserted the same style of insert, just the data is multiple over here. Update, you can update anything. If you remove this equal to sign, then it will get updated in all the fields, but if you put equal to the ID, and obviously we put equal to the ID, so that is why it is updated only the value that has been sent to it, and it returns out. In the single, you can get equal to ID with selected value. Even you can give whatever columns you want here. Okay. The delete is as simple as that. You just put select instead of delete. Instead of select, you can put delete. That's all over here, and you can complete it out. Now in the filter, I have not covered this out in the API list, but here is the I have put in all the things over here: equal to, greater than, less than, greater than, equal to, less than, like, is, in, not equal to, content by, so content by the column array. So you can do a lot of things with this select. Exactly. So all of the SQL query has been covered out in this filter code. Okay. So now if we move into this part, we can see the two of the data is storing, because I have deleted 11 data, and you can obviously create a new table like product. Enable low level security, RLS, is a very important factor here, but I am going to disable it. It will give me a confirmation message and I will tell why. You can add these or how it's one. So new product name, product description. Product name should be worker, product description should be a text. 255, nothing has to be given. If you pull this down, it can create it. You can create as many as column. Even you can have a foreign key relationship with the data, which one you want exactly. So that will also covered out. And if you click save, it's creating the 4 columns and creating the table. It has created the product table, and you see that the lock icon is not locked actually. So what is RLS exactly? And here in the SQL editor you can always query anything you want exactly. So in the database you can see there are 2 tables. What are the columns are, you can either delete or view or edit tables from here as well. Okay. Authentication, this is the most important section for anything. So when you are authorizing someone to access your data, obviously this person would be created from your authorized entry from the system, and once you give them access they will able to get the data. But if you want to take the authorization at your end on the backend side, you can authorize them by yourself onto the system by tokenized system or JWT token, but you can authorize them as well from here. So if you create a user, if you create a policies like this, you can create any policies, enable RSS and confirm, RSS and confirm. Once you create the RSS, you can create the new policies either from quick start. Okay, enable insert access to authorize only users. Okay, so in this way you can just insert an access or select access or update access or delete access or all access. You can give whatever you want to that particular table, and that person, when the person will logged in and get the access token, that person will be able to access the data. So this is a very good way to actually authorize person to access a certain amount of data. Hooks are already there, so even you can create hooks so that hooks can be used in the future as well. So this is all, and you have the logs as well. Okay, but in the free one you do not have the logs access, it's just for the show, you do not have the logs. In the paid one you can access the log itself. I think it is a very good alternative, Supabase actually, and it can be used in some of the smaller projects, not bigger project, but some of the smaller project. But if you are going to upgrade with something, then you can use for the bigger projects as well. So I would be sharing all this code in my video description as usual. Stay tuned and keep watching my videos, and if you like my videos, do subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching this video.